Don't look now, but training camp is in the books. Plenty of practice observations from Thursday, plus some thoughts on Saturday's preseason finale, and much, much more right now on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into CBT. I'm James Rapien of BengalsTalk.com here at Paycor Stadium, where preseason 2025, well, it's almost in the books. Training camp is over. It is done. In a couple of days, preseason will be done as well. And why am I so excited? Because, well, that means that football is here. Actual football, live football. And I know the Bengals were certainly excited. I was talking to guys in the locker room just a few minutes ago, excited to get to this next phase of things. Camp is obviously a grind, and there are going to be a lot of guys that don't suit up on Saturday, whether it's health, whether it's because they're locked in on the team or they're locked in their role in their job. So let's get to some positive injury updates overall. BJ Hill was back today in team drills. Really good to see him out there next to TJ Slayton. Not something we've seen. And so really good there. Miles Murphy got extensive work on the rehab field, continues to make some progress. I think they're giving him some maintenance days, much like Andre Josevich. I know a lot of people saw the past couple of days Andre Josevich has been out. Told it's not a big deal. I'm told it's not going to threaten regular season, but now you're in maintenance mode. You've had camp. You have bumps, bruises, things that need to be tended to. And so a lot of these guys, unlike Cordell Volson, for example, Volson out for the year, and that's a huge, huge loss. But when you look at it, a lot of these guys are in good shape. Geno Stone was back today as well. So getting healthier, which is really, really good to see. There was an injury scare today that ended up being okay. T. Higgins, his left ankle was getting looked at by head trainer Matt Summers for a little bit, but he went back in. He caught a pass from Joe Burrow afterward. So those little tweaks, those little things, they do take their toll. So, by the way, next week, and the reason why I noted it, it's funny, I tweeted that out, and there were people like, thanks for the report, even though he's okay. And it's like, well, next week if he doesn't practice, now we know why. They're probably giving him a little maintenance because it's all about September 7th. And that's the important thing to remember when it comes to these guys, is September 7th. And it's right around the corner. In this Bengals team, I know a lot of people are on Reisner watch. We'll see if he gets a deal done here. Lucas Patrick was someone that was on the rehab field again today. And, again, maintenance stuff. Cody Ford, maintenance stuff. Both of those guys were participating in offensive line-like drills individually on the rehab field. So I think that this is very much the time of year where you're doing that. But it is worth noting a couple of guys, a couple of Miami Hurricanes for that. Matt Lee practiced with the team today. Again, he's going to play in Saturday's preseason finale, make his preseason debut. I'm not sure how long he'll play. I'm not sure if he's a lock to make the roster. I think he is, but certainly worth noting. Jalen Rivers was first-team reps at right guard today, so that's noteworthy because that's happened a couple of days in a row with Lucas Patrick dealing with what he's dealing with. Demetrius Knight, someone that has been pretty solid in practice but has struggled in preseason games. He was sidelined today dealing with a lower extremity issue, according to Al Golden. By the way, we posted everything Al Golden had to say right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk, and he was really good. He had a lot of good stuff to say about Trey Hendrickson, about the rookies, about this defense. I know a lot of you are wondering his mindset and his approach when it comes to preseason defense, and so really, really good stuff. I encourage you to check that out from Al Golden. But yeah, Demetrius Knight didn't participate in team drills, and Oren Burks was out there. And is it noteworthy? Sure. But it's not like he got swapped out. And Al Golden certainly praised Knight and Barrett Carter and Shamar Stewart for that matter. Shamar Stewart had a nice play where he batted the ball up in the air, and it went like straight up in the air to Joe Burrow's right a little bit. And Joe Burrow ran under it, caught it, and took it for a gain. It was one of those weird practice plays. So some weird stuff happened today overall. I'll get to some more practice observations as well. But health-wise, that's about it. I'm probably missing one or two, but all of the major ones are covered. There's a gaping hole at guard right now. It'll be interesting to see what they do, how they do it. They're going to do something. They have to now with Cordell Volson out for the season. What will they do? Will it be Dalton Reisner? Will it be someone else? Time will tell. We'll get to some other practice observations as well coming up next. This video is brought to you by Win-Win Athletics. Look, if you're like me and you love football, maybe you have a child that loves football or is getting into football, well, Win-Win Athletics has the best flag football gear on the planet. And their flag football kit, well, it comes with the cones. It comes with 5 sets of flags and 10 sets of flags. Perfect for a 5-on-5 matchup. Check them out now today at winwinathletics.com. This video also brought to you by Christian Husky of Sipsey Klein Realtors. Look, Christian has multiple listings out there right now. Go to sipseyklein.com/chusky. He's a huge Bengals fan, and if you're looking to relocate, if you're looking to get a little more space, maybe you're looking the other direction, looking to downsize, it doesn't matter. Christian's going to put you in the right direction. Check him out today, sipseyklein.com/chusky. All right, let's get to some other practice observations. This was a relatively chill practice, and I think part of that is where we're at. It's the end of camp. They did have some 11-on-11. The defense made some plays. I mentioned Shamar Stewart. I thought he played pretty well. Dax Hill had a really nice pass breakup on T. Higgins on a ball that Joe probably could have thrown a bit better. Joe Burrow found Isaiah Williams deep for a touchdown, and we haven't said Isaiah Williams' name in a while, and that's because Mitch Tinsley just continues to rise up, and I'm not even sure he's going to play on Saturday. I think a lot of these guys, not just the starters, but even backups, aren't necessarily going to play, and you can play a lot of the guys that aren't necessarily making the team. I certainly think Mitch Tinsley, spoiler, and we'll do my 53-man prediction. Might be our next video, actually. Who knows? It depends on what happens at the preseason game. But 53-man roster projection, spoiler, it's going to have Mitch Tinsley on it. He's been awesome. He was catching passes from Joe Burrow today in team drills, lining up alongside T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So just to give you an idea of where Tinsley is. Now, Charlie Jones did that as well. Andre Yosevich is out, dealing with, like I said, a relatively minor injury. I don't think it's going to be anything that keeps him out or forces him to miss regular season time. They just don't want it to get worse. But those back-end wide receivers, it's so interesting how it's kind of went one way and not the other. Isaiah Williams caught a deep touchdown from Joe today, and he was kind of the favorite at one point a few weeks ago, and he's just kind of fallen back a little bit, and it's because Mitch Tinsley has ascended and to me is a roster lock. So that stands out. The way they use Chase Brown continues to stand out. I just think he's going to rack up catches and yards and run a bunch, but also catch a bunch of passes out of the backfield. And we didn't do a practice report yesterday, but he had a really nice over-the-shoulder touchdown catch with Logan Wilson tight on his hip. It was a pretty darn good throw by Joe, but a perfect adjustment by Chase Brown to make that happen. And so, yeah, it's here. Football season is here. Now we're talking about roster cuts. We're talking about final cuts. That happens next week. That has to happen by Tuesday at 4 p.m. We'll hear from Zach Taylor after that. And obviously, we're going to have you covered every step of the way. If there's any news, like with Trey Hendrickson, Al Golden today talking about how Trey Hendrickson has been awesome, how he's exceeded expectations and done everything he could in meeting rooms, being engaged on the field, being engaged in meetings to help these young guys. I saw him. Trey was talking with Cedric Johnson in depth. So it's not just the Shamar Stewarts of the world. It's guys like that you don't necessarily think about all the time in that defensive end room, and he can help. He's someone that can help from an experience standpoint. Obviously, Al Golden's hoping that they get him on the field now, and would love for him to be able to get his deal done. It's business. Al's going to give you the right answer, say the right things there. We are on Trey Watch, though. So please ring the bell on YouTube. Join the 58,000 plus Bengals fans that have hit that subscribe button. Check us out wherever you get your podcast as well. That's Apple, that's Spotify, that is Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. And for Andrew Fox-Miller, I'm James Rapien. Training camp is over, and preseason finale is right around the corner. We're going to have you covered right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.